What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about what happens when a narcissist doesn't adjust to the new environment. When a narcissist doesn't adjust to new environments, it's because of so many reasons. And I want to break down those reasons dealing with like certain situations, like when a narcissist doesn't have a choice of becoming a part of a new environment. They don't adjust to it very well. The reason why is because they didn't choose that environment. When it is something that happens at the spur of the moment, out of the blue, something that somewhat puts them in an emergency situation, they panic because it's not something that they came up with. If they didn't plan it, it makes them kind of have to make last minute decisions on how they will maneuver in the new environment. And that's why they don't adjust to the new environment very well, because they weren't given a choice. Now, another thing is when you take away the narc's ability to choose, it's like they become rebellious and they become angry. Of course, they punish. The number one thing that they'll do is punish because they feel like you took something from them, so they'll take something from you. And they start to threaten a little bit and make you think that you're doing something unfair to them. Now, I'm speaking of from like a workplace perspective. When narcissists are taken out of their comfort zone, their comfort zone is where they can do their dirty work the most. They're most comfortable doing their dirty work. They're most familiar with that place, with their environment, with the people around them. And they pretty much have, all their flying monkeys in a row in this particular workplace. But the new workplace is something new to them. And if they didn't choose it, if they have to go work there temporarily, they don't like that. They don't take that very well. They feel like that you're being unfair to them. And there's no unfairness. It's a part of the job. This is a part of the contract that you sign when you first start working for the company, that sometimes will need you to go out on the field and work in other folks' places at different sites. And it may be 1, 2, or 3 days, but it's not permanently. But at some point, we will need you to do this. And this doesn't happen quite often, but it's bound to happen at some point while you're working for their company. Well, the narcissists, they never thought that they would come when they didn't have a choice. And so they're not taking it very well, that they can't, talk their way out of it. They can't get inside the minds of the big heads and say, oh, I can't do it, and come up with these sad, made up stories and excuses as to why they can't do it. The main reason why they don't want to do it, again, is because they didn't choose it. They didn't come up with the decision to go and do something. And they forgot all about the fact that it's a part of your job. They feel like that they are entitled to, come and go as they please. But when it comes to them having to do something that they haven't done before, or they haven't done it in a very long time, they just put it out of their mind that it applies to them. They feel like it should happen to everyone around them. Like, yeah, well, you have to do it, but I'm not. And then when that time comes around and, it's their turn to fill their position, they just don't take it very well. They even take it as an injury because they feel like that you chose them to go somewhere when you could have chose another worker, and it's like, it's not about choosing, it's just about fairness. Like, everyone will rotate and do it at some point. You just haven't done it in a very long time, so that makes them think that the rules doesn't apply to them. Narcissists have a very hard time adjusting to rules, and they know that when they go to certain places, what they are able to get away with at one particular site for so long, they're not going to be able to have those privileges at the next site. They know that they're going to be rules they have to follow. And you're not going to go there and do a lot of things that you're able to do at your current, the site where, you know, your home site. Because these people, they don't know you. And the narc, they panic now because they don't know like how they're going to be received. Now they have to work overtime just for those few days to try to, you know, suck people in. To try to, they didn't pick the place. So they don't know anything about the supply. You know, because with a narc, it's all about supply. So they don't know if they'll gain supply or if they'll lose supply by being away from the site, because they feel like also, dang, if I'm away from this place for so long, that's going to blow my cover. I might get exposed. People might start to talk behind my back, and everybody might, you know, like might discuss me and mention how I am. And then all of the truth about me will come out. So they panicking now. So it's just so many reasons why the narcissists don't adjust to new environments, because the number one reason is they didn't choose it. And when you take away their ability to choose, that's a bad thing for them. It really puts them in a bad spot. You know, and only narcissists feel that way. Only they have this sense of entitlement that only they can go and, you know, come and go as they choose. Only they can do certain things that other people, you know, other people don't think about stuff like that. They just look at it as it's a part of my job. This is what I do. I'll still be getting paid the same thing. Might even, actually, you get paid more when you go out on, you know, go out and do different things. But like I say, narcissists, they have a hard time following rules. And they just feel like, now you're forcing me to follow rules that I don't follow here. If I go somewhere else, now I'm going to have to follow the rules. Well, yeah, that's a part of your job. What's wrong with rules? Because I don't like it. That's the number one response to rules. I don't like it. It's all about what they want. You signed up with the company, and there's certain guidelines you have to follow and rules, and they expect you to follow those rules and the guidelines. They do apply to you. Narcissists don't feel that way. They feel like, you know, you're taking away their ability to choose. Well, this is not, you know, this is not what you worked for. You knew that when you signed up. You just looked like you looked at the easiest part of it and how you could maneuver, you know, through doing this type of work, because there's other benefits that come with it. Example, supply. That it's an open workspace, that you're able to, you know, kind of get your hands on people, you know, get people to believe you for being this false person that you put out. That's another reason why they really can't handle being in new places. You know, because it's just like they just can't be around new faces that they haven't chose to be around. They rather choose it. And then the supply comes easier to them that way, because they've already had time to scope you out. So that's all I want to talk about in today's video. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I'll talk to you soon.